Hello fellow YouTubers, it's me, Levi Kaiser, but you all know me as the Tyranno11. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos thus far, and all of my other Godson Guns of Revenge related videos. Make sure you check those out, probably just in a link probably down there somewhere, I don't know, maybe the related videos over here, you'll probably find something. Well, I'm here in front of you today, for another Godson Guns of Revenge video. I am going to do a little costume and a little background story review for the soldiers that are in the movie. As you can see, I'm in the costume right now, kinda. Also, I'm going to be doing weapon tests. I'm going to be doing like little kicks, sound effects, little special effects too with the little flares and such. You'll see those in a little bit. Also, be a reminder that every weapon that I'm going to be using is an airsoft gun. And just stuff like that. So, let's get to it. Okay, so why don't I start off about talking about the costume and such. Well, first of all, the basic main idea I had for the costume for our soldiers is basically, you know, just a little simple commando style. I didn't really want to go with the complex military aspects that you would see in today's soldiers, such as like helmets, total camouflage, outfits, none of that sort. I just simply wanted to basically simplify it, make it less complex, just basic. So we wouldn't have any problems or anything like that. And I think in the end result, you know, it's pretty fair. And whenever I think of, you know, commandos and such, I usually think about like, and especially the SWAT team, you know, just people in black outfits with, you know, just heavy firepower and such. And that's kind of what I based my idea on, in terms of, you know, just the whole outfit and such. You know, you have the boots, black pants, black long sleeve shirt, and just stuff like that. And it's basically, every time we have our soldiers, you know, we try to hide all of, just basically all characteristics in the face, so you wouldn't see any, any emotion in the face. Because in the story, in Godson Guns of Revenge, there's actually like a lot of soldiers. But in reality, we only have about like 3 or 4 people playing those 100 soldiers. So what we really do is do a little thing which I call switch and swap. What we do is that every now and then we have like, I don't know, 2 soldiers in the shot, and say one of them gets killed. Alright? Now, in the next scene, the soldier that does not die stays in the scene, and then the same guy who played the soldier that died in the other scene, he comes back, and he either gets a new gun or a new style of helmet. So this gives the idea that this is a, you know, just a completely different soldier, with a completely different helmet or a completely different gun. And it works with every single person that is in, you know, just in the scene. And you know, we have very few people playing the roles, and very few weapons at that too, and such. One of the things we do in this little thing I call switch and swap, again, kind of involves with the masks. So what we do is that we have 2 masks for each person. The first mask is kind of, you know, just a regular old ski mask. It hides basically everything on the face except the eyes. This kind of blocks the facial expressions, so you aren't able to see who exactly that person is who is playing the soldier. Because again, we only have 4 people or so playing, say, 50 soldiers in the story. Which actually helps a lot, and just stuff like that. And then the next thing we do is that we have an actual, like, I want to say airsoft mask, even though it looks like a paintball mask. You know, they kind of look the same thing. And this is actually the actual military mask for the soldiers, which, you know, in the end kind of gives them a very interesting look. I'm not going to say it's the best look for a soldier, but, you know, it's indeed different. And I think in the end, that's what makes it significant, is that these, you know, are different types of soldiers that you wouldn't see every single day. They're a special type of force for a different type of, you know, world power. And I think in the end, that's what makes it very significant. So basically everything on the costume is basically designed, again, for commando, you know, like, not exactly top secret missions, but all out, full duty assaults. You know, these are guys in which they go in and they take out the targets and whatever. You know, they're guys that really do their job, and they do their job well. Very crucial, very brutally as well. Their black outfits kind of give them very stealth missions, if you will. They're kind of like, you know, elite soldiers. I don't want to say super soldiers or anything, but, you know, guys that go in there and are more than willing to die for, you know, whatever cause they're fighting for. Now we get down to the story behind the soldiers. You know, it's just basically simple. In fact, it was kind of a last-minute thing. The soldiers in the movie are from Central Europe, and they are all under the command of Dr. Luther von Mayhem, the character I play, who is also the monarch of Central Europe. And they are also under the leadership, well, kind of just second in command of the, in the namesake, the commander, who is played by Josiah Woods. And basically the soldier, you know, like I said, they were a last minute thing because, you know, the whole thing, I thought, kind of, Luther being a king and monarch and all, you know, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if he were to have, like, soldiers and stuff? You know, kind of like elite guards. People to kind of keep, or at least kind of help him take over the world. Because, of course, he's going to need, like, some sort of vast armada or something. And the soldiers were kind of just that sort of armada. And, you know, they were just, the reason I put them there is because it would just express the fact that Luther has a lot of power, a lot of authority, and a lot of chain of command going on. In fact, towards the end of the movie is where we really start to see just how much power Luther really has, especially with the amount of soldiers in which is in the scene. It's basically a scene in which Clark Adams, the main character of the film, who is played by Andrew King, you know, has traveled to, you know, trying to get to Luther's hideout. But the entire area is, you know, just kind of patrolled by a vast amount of soldiers. Each, you know, have, you know, different patrols, different points, and so very stealthily Clark just has to go through, and he has to fight this giant horde of soldiers that just seemingly keep coming and coming and coming, and, you know, eventually he has to fight a kind of this vehicle, or like a military vehicle with soldiers in it. And actually, the real funny blooper in this is actually the van is a Culligan truck. Now, for those of you who don't know what Culligan is, I'm pretty sure most of you do. It's kind of like a water company and such. But the problem is, it has like the word Culligan on the side of the truck. And so, this is the funny thing in the story. The truck, the vehicle, is called the Collegian. And that also was a last minute thing. I thought it'd be kind of funny just to give an explanation why it had a word on, just the side of the van and such. So, pretty much, the soldiers, they're just there, not necessarily for show, they're just to kind of express how much power Luther von Mayhem has. And the soldiers themselves, they seem to have like no other feelings whatsoever. They're just there to kind of serve the master, serve the king. Nothing else. And they're very, what I'm trying to say is kind of, not necessarily they don't express any heritage, but you can see some heritage in them. Especially with Luther von Mayhem and the weapons and such, especially with the weapons. One of the weapons we have is a P90. And for those of you who are gun nerds out there, the P90 was originally manufactured in Belgium, which is in fact part of Central Europe. Well, I think, but oh well. So it was really unique. Really fun to have the P90 in our movie. This would, just give a little bit more expression of heritage. They're very, very strong when it comes to heritage. But of course, the P90 is not the only weapon in which the soldiers have. They have a variety of different rifles, machine guns, and pistols. Some of them you can probably identify just by the pics and such, but, just one of them, I think I know what it is, but I can't really, get the name for it. It's this gun right here. It's just basically, I think it's manufactured in England, maybe, I'm not sure. For those of you gun nerds out there, hopefully, no offense, if you know what this type of gun is, just leave a little comment on the side, and that would be deeply appreciated. So, anyway, yeah, they just have a whole arsenal of weapons. They're almost ready for any situation, which is exactly what Luther von Mayhem is like. He's a scientist, he's a monarch, and this makes him really prepare for any situation. And I think in the end that's what makes it very significant. And that, my friends, is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed, even though it wasn't as action-packed as it may seem. Oh well. Do make sure you watch the 2 official sneak peeks to the Godson Guns Revenge. I may have more Godson Guns Revenge videos coming soon, I'm not sure. We're still in the process of making it right now, so bear with us. The release date for our movie is still to be determined. I'm thinking it may be either, April, sometime during April, or if we're delayed a little bit, maybe May. However, if we are delayed a little bit, it may be until maybe December. I'm not sure. So make sure you do that. Other than that, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching. So until then, this is the Torreno 11 signing out.